So first of all, welcome to the session,
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you
and
so much.
I am really happy to see your journey in last 1 year from constable to lecturer and then to professor and many more to come.
Yes, sir.
So before we begin the session, let me take this opportunity to congratulate you, your whole family, your motivation, your confidence, and I am very sure that after watching your video, many people are going to change their strategy and follow what you say. So today your words will become a book.
Uh, yes, sir.
So
Definitely.
I would request you to start with a brief introduction and your challenging journey.
As you know, guys, my name is Balram Mishra, and I'm from Madhya Pradesh. And this journey really started in 2020 when I met one of my friend who suggested me that actually I joined Constable of Madhya Pradesh Police in 2017. And yes, I have had a background of teaching because I completed my B.Ed in 2015. So first, let me give my educational journey, how I completed my education and how things become very tough for me. Actually, I completed my graduation in 2010 as a BSc IT. So and then I pursued B.Ed for because I want to go in the field of teaching. But there was a subject miscombination. I completed BSc IT, so there I studied mathematics as well as computer and science. But after doing my B.Ed degree, there was not a perfect combination for TGT and PGT to become teacher. So then I was completely in a despair, and then I thought that now I should at least join any service. So in 2017, I decided to join Madhya Pradesh Police as a constable. And after completing my training in 2018, then I decided that now it is time for me that I should pursue my master's in English literature. So I immediately enrolled for English literature as IMA and completed it. It was in distance mode. So and due to the hectic nature of my job, I couldn't get sufficient time to read thoroughly, to complete all the syllabus of MA. So till 2020, I even after completing my post graduation, I was completely unaware about the literature, about the depth of literature. I just have a sophisticated knowledge or a surface level knowledge of English literature. Then in 2021, I appeared in the UGC net, and sir, you would be surprised that I got only 7 percentile in UGC net. Only 7 percentile in UGC net when I appeared in 2021. So now you can assume that the time of 2021 when I scored just 7 percentile, and now in June 2025 as an assistant professor of English literature. So, guys, this journey is going to be very, very challenging for me, and how I invested on me, how in terms of money, in terms of time, in terms of wealth. Because at the same time, I was also having some kind of financial issue that everybody nowadays would, and the hectic nature of my job of a police constable. So maintaining law and order, having VIP duties, and sometimes you have to move even to 3 or 4 districts away to complete a different kind of duty like election. So in all these things or activities were going on while I was when I was started preparing my UGC net in 2021. Then I in 20, it took me around 1.5 year to complete UGC net, and it was due to I couldn't get any kind of guidance. Somebody suggested that you should buy this note. I bought that note. Somebody suggested that you should watch that lesson on YouTube. I bought that lesson on YouTube, and somebody suggested that you should take some kind of audio notes, वगैरह. So And in this journey, one of my friend, Mr. Subham Singh, who is also become an assistant professor, I met one day in a library to him. And then we planned that actually there is a very little story. I have a book of William J. Long on my bookshelf in the library. So at that time, my place was not fixed in the library. So I was just one day I sit at one place, another day I sit at the different place. And Subham Singh saw that book and he started that who is the person who in the library who is preparing for UGC NET or who is pursuing his career in English literature. So in the search of second or third day we met and then we started preparing for UGC NET and by the grace of God we got the notification from MPPSC that in Madhya Pradesh we have a vacancy of assistant professor, but at that time we neither have NET nor have UGC and nor have SET qualification. So we were a little bit of disappointed that we may lose this kind of opportunity because in Madhya Pradesh assistant professor vacancy was came in 1991 and then in 2017. So this was the third and I think last time and maybe it would take 10 or 12 or 15 years for the next vacancy. So it was really very tensed or panic situation for us that this is opportunity for us and we do not have neither net or set. But then I, along with the pursuing my duties, at that time I can remember that I have to complete, I have to work or I have to patrol whole night from 12 a.m. to 5 p.m. This was the duty of a police constable who have to patrolling or who have to go through the night patrolling at the city so that they can prevent burglary or theft at the night. So and constable usually doesn't have any kind of investigative power to investigate the case because when you got the first promotion as a senior head constable, then in terms of relaxation or in terms of comfortable, this job become a little bit comfortable. But for a constable, you in the hierarchy of police, you are at the lowest in terms of age as well as in terms of your office. So we have to obey all the order of our superiors or even direct superior. So, following all that kind of duty, we decided that without determination and without consistency, it couldn't we cannot qualify UGC net. So along with performing duty, we because it was just to shoot the arrow in the darkness. Because at that time we do not have sufficient. We neither have any guide. We do not have any study material. We took the subscription of an audio note, so we were just trying to keep the notes after listening that audio. So somehow it took around 1.5 year, and I qualified UGC NET in 2023, and then again in I qualified MP set as well. And last time when I appeared for the UGC NET, so I got the marks for JRF, but due to the age criteria, I crossed the age criteria. Till that I become 32, so I couldn't award the JRF. But in English literature, I got the JRF. फिर इसके बाद में अब जब ये वैकेंसी आ गई तो फिर प्रयास किया गया कि अब और कठिन काम है क्योंकि मध्य प्रदेश में वैकेंसी जनरल की सीटें बहुत कम मतलब 10 11 या 12 के समथिंग सीटें रहती हैं ओवरऑल. So then competition was very tough, and then we thought that Subham Singh and we just we become like very good relationship, and then I realized the power of how we can because we learned that in UPSC so many people studied they did group study and then they qualified for their in the UPSC journey. So in the same manner, we just started preparation and we completed most of the syllabus. And but without any kind of direction. Just try to find, just perform and error and repeat, and then try to find out the error, and then again, along with performing our duty, along with performing various tasks. Because in this phase, we also have gone through the state election as well as the central or the parliamentary election. So that election duties were really very, very challenging for us. But we somehow were able to complete to maintain the consistency. So the toughest day was that one day I completed the whole night, and then I just took 3 hours sleep and then sit for the 6.5 hour for maintaining the daily target. So you can assume that a person who couldn't sleep the whole night just took the sleep of 3 hour, and then perform the daily task. And somehow there was in my mind that for some time I have to be unbalanced to become the whole life balanced. Because if at that time I try to manage everything, then maybe I couldn't be here, and I couldn't be able to qualify this exam. So we on the 9th June of 2024, we appeared in the men's examination of assistant professor, and we performed well. And then in the search of interview, I met Prem sir. So through the Sony ma'am, who couldn't qualify for this exam, but thank you for him that she was the lady who made me to meet Prem sir. So then after meeting sir, I immediately requested for my mock interview that sir please arrange as soon as possible so that I could amend my approach, because earlier we were just reading the whole thing in the objective manner just to qualify the net or just to qualify the exam. But for the personality test, for the interview, you have to thoroughly understanding of the subject. You have the skill to present yourself, the depth of literature. You should gain the ability to express yourself. So around 3.5 month of journey of my interview with the Honorable Prem Shankar sir. So we finally, the day of 4th of March, when it was my interview was scheduled, and it went around 18 to 20 minutes, and it was one of the longest interview. So this was my journey, and at the last this 30th of May, I was able to qualify this exam with the eighth rank. So thank you, sir, and thank you, Shubham sir, and all the person who was along with me in this journey. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. This was my short journey of assistant
सो नाइस टू
professor.
हियर दैट। और ये बड़ा सरप्राइजिंग था मेरे लिए जब मैं मेरिट लिस्ट देख रहा था कि सेवेंथ में भी हमारे कैंडिडेट हैं, एट्थ में भी हमारे कैंडिडेट
Yes,
है।
sir.
ये क्या साठ गांठ थी।
Actually, sir, it was manifestation in 2000 in 20 earlier before joining this job. I imagined that I should have prepared for UPSC, and there I would get the eighth rank. It was in my imagination in way back in 7 to 8 year. So then when I saw that ring, I was surprised that if you really, really want something badly, it happened. Not a bit of, not a bit of, not a single inch here and there, just the thing that you want something. So here, not board was not the UPSC, it was MPPSC, but the rank was same. So I was really mesmerized when I saw that thing. So
बिकॉज रैंक मैटर्स।
yes, sir, rank matters, sir.
नंबर नंबर मैटर्स एवरीवेयर।
Number matters, sir.
आई वुड लाइक टू हियर योर कयामत की रात, 30 मई की रात, हाउ इट वाज।
Yes, that was, sir. I couldn't sleep, sir, when because it was, I think it was Friday, yes, and the next day it was holiday, Saturday. Usually PSC office doesn't open, so and the next day, the next phase of assistant professor exam is going to be conducted. So I and Shivam sir were talking around 8 p.m. that. Maybe PSC is busy with some other duty, or maybe they are planning to conduct the written exam on 1st of June. So they have set aside our written exam result, and they are not going to display it on the website. It was a little bit frustration, but at that night, due to having some good marks and confidence, we couldn't prepare for the next exam because we were confident that we would be qualified definitely. So maybe to some extent, somebody can say it is overconfident that without having a result, you can't be so sure. But that kind of sixth sense or that intuitive that no, we would be selected, we would have our name in final list. So around 9 p.m. We were completely frustrated. We were having kind of anguish on the board on the PSC that it is now doing injustice with that. Yes, he should declare results so that most of the candidate who is qualified they would not appear again in the exam, and the people those who are for the fresher, the cutoff would be declined because all those selected candidate wouldn't be in the exam. So we were discussing this thing, and then uh, to that time we would have 36 hour. Then Shubham Singh and I planned that Shubham sir, we although we couldn't study throughout this year, but in this 36 hour we would have to prepare the whole syllabus of MP literature, MP and literature, and then we would appear for the 1st of June in the examination, and definitely we would score more than this. We planned this. Actually for the 1st of June, it was marriage ceremony at my home. So I said that I have done all the responsibilities of my, and now I have to leave to Shubham Singh, and we plan to leave immediately. I reached to the railway station, and the exam is day after tomorrow. But we planned that at the venue where our exam is, we would stay under around 24 hours. We would revise everything. We would complete again because we have the insight, we have the way to read, we have the idea, we have the strategy how to finish all these things in such a tight time schedule. So I left to my home, and he left to his home, and I reached to the station. Suddenly, we were very frustrated on the PSC that it is doing injustice with us. And suddenly, I saw in a group top 10 mark list of English literature. My God, that list and my heartbeat, all this thing was very high. Literally मतलब लग रहा था कि ये बाहर निकल के आ जाएगा. तुरंत वो लिस्ट देखी. लिस्ट में in the list there was 167 people. I couldn't find my name. I immediately go on the site and just download the site to search in the list of merit list my name. I saw first and then second and then third. And I couldn't see the third. I just immediately saw my name on the eighth place. And really, I screamed very loudly on the station. The whole person around a crowd of 50%, they were around me. They were looking at me. What happened? I thought dream come true. I said that it is really hilarious. I become assistant professor, a dream job, a destiny, a person who completed his whole education in Hindi medium. I completed my graduation in Hindi medium. I completed my post graduation with the distance mode, distance learning education. And then in this 3.5 year, I put all this thing to the effort in this journey, and this now with the help of with the grace of Almighty God and the guidance of friends, sir, and blessings of my parents and all these things, I become assistant professor. And that all night I couldn't take a single. There was no sleep in my eyes throughout the night. Sir. It was very hilarious, sir, for me.
So sensational, so sensational.
Yes, yes,
अच्छा,
sir.
जब जब रेलवे स्टेशन पे रिजल्ट देखा तो फिर आगे का क्या एक्सप्रेशन था? डिड
अरे
यू
सर वहां
डिड
जी
डिड यू गो टू अपीयर द एग्जाम और यू रिटर्न बैक?
No, that then I thought I said Subham Singh that we are going to meet. So I just called my one of my friend, and then we stay. I went to the place where Subham was. So then we met, and we hugged each other, and we literally cried because in the journey he was in revenue department, I was in police department. So whenever we have some kind of problem or very tough challenge, so we say to each other, we solace to each other, and we become companion to each other. So when we met, we literally cried. We thanked to God, and we was really very happy. Sir, can't say the word. There is no word to express that feeling, that moment. That become once in a lifetime. Yes, sir. So it was really awesome.
तो सबसे पहले किसको बताया?
आ, ये सर, सबसे पहले तो अपने पेरेंट मम्मी पापा को ही फोन लगाया, उनको बताया, तो बहुत बहुत खुश हुए सर, बहुत खुश हुए, ऊपर वाले का बहुत धन्यवाद दिया। फिर सर इसके बाद में सर आपको फोन लगाया, शुभम सिंह सर भी फिर सर लाइन पे जुड़ गए, और तब तक मैं पता चल गया तो फिर सबके फोन आने लगे सर। तो
और मुझे लग
इस
रहा है कि
तरीके
रात के
से।
10 बज रहे थे, दस
हाँ,
11
और
बज रहे
ज्यादा
थे।
सर, 11 11 बज रहे थे सर,
11
11
बजे।
बज रहे थे। यस सर, यस सर, हमने आपको जगाया, हमें लगा कि सर का शेड्यूल होगा, हमने कहा चलिए एक दिन के लिए गुरुजी तोड़ देंगे शेड्यूल को, जगाया जाए
जी,
सर
मैंने
को।
उस दिन तोड़ ही दिया था, उस रात को मैं भी नहीं सो पाया था।
हाँ सर, आपके 5 5 लीडर सर परचम लहरा दिए एमपी में सर।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। चलिए, अब जर्नी पे आते हैं कि जो आपकी रिटर्न की जर्नी थी, क्योंकि अभी
यस
कई
सर।
सारे कैंडिडेट आएंगे। इतनी
जी।
आसान तो नहीं थी, क्योंकि
नहीं सर।
उसमें कुछ जनरल सब्जेक्ट भी थे, टॉपिक
यस सर।
स्पेसिफिक थे, और बहुत ही
यस सर।
लेंदी सिलेबस था।
यस सर।
तो अगर आप किसी और कैंडिडेट को बताना चाहेंगे कि एक एग्जाम को किस तरह से प्लान करके स्ट्रेटेजाइज करके करना चाहिए, तो आई इनवाइट यू टू शेयर योर स्ट्रेटेजी।
Yes, sir. So, sir, the basic thing is that actually PSC, MPPSC couldn't conduct this exam for a very long period of time. So we couldn't have any idea that what would be the level of questions, what kind of question would be framed. So we go through the syllabus. So if anybody who is going to appear for qualifying this exam, first he must go through with the syllabus. Try to cover just a basic thing, basic background about the author, basic basic knowledge about the basic thing about the topic. So in the syllabus of MPPSC, we have 10 unit in the literature part, and then we have Madhya Pradesh, the general GS of Madhya Pradesh, and then we have some part of technical like ICT and robotics. So if particularly if we talk about the literature, so for literature, sir, once have to go, first make the notes. If anybody has the guide or mentor like you, then you should not worry much, because you have made all the necessary research and then you are guiding the people. But if somebody trying to prepare by himself, so he then just make the note of every topic of every unit, because we cannot because in literature now the trend, earlier it was trend that you just follow the PYQ. They take 5 to 10 or 15 questions from the other PSC examination and then they put it. But I realized after appearing this exam, I found that PSC has its own base. PSC has MPPSC has its own pattern of asking the question. So just analyzing the previous year question, if somebody prepare note very minutely on every unit, and there is also one unit of research. So you have taught research very well. They can cover research from there. One unit there is from Indian literature. So I think most of the thing are in material or in the teaching material of your and the guidance of your, and then they also can, if they want to add something or if they want to add a value addition in that thing, then they can take the help of Google or Wikipedia, or there are also some other good site that provide you MCQ about the topic. And one thing I realized that MPPSC doesn't ask any question of particular work with the deep. For example, we prepared William Shakespeare, all the work very deeply. I read, I studied even the line by line. I completed few plays of him. But PSC just have asked the normal thing. But if we really go to some extent on of having a general understanding of the thing, then we would be able to crack the exam. And the thing that all the writers that are in the syllabus, they have some kind of Indian relationship with the India, or in terms of their philosophy. For example, in terms of Aldous Huxley, so he was somehow related with the Vedantic philosophy. So and some other writer, for example, Indian writers, so they studied here, they stay here, and they wrote about the Indian culture. So if we think, if we understand the syllabus from that perspective else also, so we could be able to handle these things. And for MP, there are certain books that there are just one book. We just have to, because for GS we have to memorize the fact. There is no other thing. We can There are just a few, three or four or five questions that require your concept or understanding. Some question related to climate, some question related to MP geography. So they require your understanding that what is the location of certain place, how the winds move, how the mountain come in the Madhya Pradesh. Otherwise, rest of the part, either they are landmine, or they are mineral or resources, or any people who is recently appointed to certain post. You just have to remember these things. So if we are able to revise just one book for 3 or 4 times, then it would be able they would be able to score 40 plus marks in the out of 50 question. And yes, sir. So in this way, somebody can.
ग्रेट ग्रेट टू हियर दैट स्ट्रेटेजी। फिर जब आपने
Yes, sir.
रिटन क्वालिफाई किया, वहां से
Yes, sir.
लेकर के और इंटरव्यू तक की जर्नी को शेयर करेंगे थोड़ा।
Yes, sir. So after qualifying interview, sir, I was just we are Shubham Singh, and we were just planning that now how should we plan, because we were able to score well in our written exam, so we were confident. But one thing that was missing, that our approach was just too objective. We somehow gathered so many, most of the thing from AI. We generated so many study material. We took print out of that material. So we were planning in this way. And the turning point in the preparation of my journey was when I met you. So the first mock, my after giving my first mock, it was a completely 360-degree change, because my approach, my strategies for my understanding about literature, my think about literature was completely different. We
Yes,
started then with the guidance of you. I then started to study things the way you guided, because yeah, I just have the knowledge, that but knowledge I we get in the study phase, it was just in a objective form. So after my first mock interview, I watched that my mock interview, and as you mentioned that you just have to follow my instruction and nothing else. So I immediately transcribed that interview, and I with the help of your guidance, I just find the error. I just find all the things, the shortcomings that I was doing at that time. So after and then immediately just 1 month, I just appeared for my next mock, and then the third one, the fourth one, and the fifth one. And then I said that, sir, I today want to appear second to another. I want to give to another mock. So and then then I appear for my sixth mock. And after my sixth mock, I think you covered all the necessary questions that would be asked in the exam, in the real interview. Either they are from grammar part, or they are from literature part, or they are from regarding my job, or regarding my personality, or regarding the English literature. So, or in terms of teaching. So in that six mock, I was so confident. I because after appearing in the mock, and then I watched that mock twice, 2 or 3 times at my home. So find everything, and with the help of your feedback, on 4th of March, I appeared in the interview, and it was really, really very. I was very confident, and it went according to me. So yes, sir. This was my journey of interview, sir.
आई फाउंड वन थिंग ड्यूरिंग द होल जर्नी ऑफ मॉक इंटरव्यू कि कहाँ से आपने
Yes,
शुरू
sir.
किया था एज अ रॉ मटेरियल एंड व्हाट वर
Yes,
द
sir.
फ्लॉज, व्हाट वर द ग्लिचेस, और जिस तरह से सीरियसली आपने लिया। मैंने आज तक हार्डली कुछ ही ऐसे कैंडिडेट हो गए जो कि इन चीजों को इतना सीरियसली लेते हैं और अपने ऊपर काम करते हैं। बिकॉज आई कुड फाइंड दैट कि आपने लिटरेचर के नॉलेज को जो इम्प्रूव किया वो तो किया ही किया, बट ऑन द पर्सनालिटी लेवल यू इम्प्रूव्ड अ लॉट।
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, working as a constable for 8 years, usually we have to treat with the criminals. We have to treat with the offender. We have to treat with the people those who are regular. So it become for me to be tough while we have to deal with them. So this 8 year of journey, it was 8 year is really a very long period of time. And when you do the same thing, you wake up around 8, you come to police station and you see a lot of people. You have to help in the investigation. You have to caught the thief. You have to catch the criminals. So in this way, somehow I find that my personality become a little bit rigid, because in police department we go through so many trainings where we talk people pathetically, we empathetically, we handle people very sensitively, or but the real thing is very different. When we go in the field, we just we have to handle the criminal or deal with the criminal. So somehow unconsciously it become the part of my personality. So, but that was the shortcomings, or to not be able to explain myself in English, because expressing in Hindi is very easy for me, and to not being a student of English medium, and then I have to switch completely to express myself in English medium, and even for the person who was completely in a different job that required different capabilities. So that was it really was very challenging for me. And even when after my first mock interview, I I thank to God for both things. First, I met to you, and then I realized that what are shortcomings. So, and sir, in this exam, interview play a very crucial role, because people got just 9 marks or 10 marks or 12 mark or 18 mark, and so many people, even after scoring in the written examination so well, they were out of the list, or they are in the waiting list. So yes, sir,
ट्रू
that
ट्रू
was
वेरी ट्रू। जहाँ पे इंटरव्यू 100 मार्क्स के हो तो वहां पे बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले होता है। यहाँ पे एक
yes,
मार्क्स
sir.
से मेरिट से बाहर निकल जाते हैं।
Yes, sir.
तो मॉक इंटरव्यू के अंदर सबसे बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट इशू ये होता है कि 1 घंटे की जो आपकी ग्रिलिंग होती है और उसके बाद जो आपको एक
Yes, sir.
हफ्ते से 2 हफ्ते का टाइम मिलता है उसमें आप चीजों को कैसे मैनेज करते हैं। क्योंकि वो एक ऐसा मोमेंट होता है कि ग्रिलिंग के बाद इंसान को लगता है सब खत्म हो गया, कुछ नहीं बचा है।
Sure, sir.
उस चीज को कैसे मैनेज किया था आपने?
Yes, sir. फर्स्ट इंटरव्यू के बाद में when I got my peer review. So everybody's suggestion, everybody was just looked me from all the angles. So sir has given feedback what they and but everybody they just observe very minutely, because the mock was open for all, and purpose was that everybody would give their suggestion, and it would be helpful to improve ourselves better. So when I listened a review of everybody, it was really my dream shattered completely. I was thinking that I am doing best, I am doing good. I qualified even written exam. Now it become very easy, but it was really an mirror showing journey, because then find all the minor fault or major fault. So but the good thing was that I didn't take it, neither I got disappointed. To some extent I got, but then I took personal guidance with sir, and sir said no, it is the part of journey, because till the time you do not know your weakness, you can't improve them. But this from this point, or at this point of time, you are aware about the areas that you have to improve. So, yes, sir, I accepted them wholeheartedly, and rigorously tried to work upon them, and gradually one to one out of one of them, or one to one, I would be able to remove them from my personality and became a different one, not in terms of literature knowledge. And I realized that, sir, this kind of personality development, I think everybody must learn, because this kind of communication skills, they help in every field. For example, in terms of your relationship, in terms of your general public talking, in terms of your family, in terms of your business, or have to speak. So this help immensely. So yes, sir, this also worked with me. And when I appeared in my interview, so all the questions were regarding, most of the question in my interview were regarding my different journey. For example, earlier they asked that why did you become constable even after having degree? So I gave the satisfying answer that, sir, at that time I was staying at Chitrakoot, and on every full moon there was a big fair, and a lot of police deployment were there. So I came in the contact with them, and then I have then I have a respect for police department. Then I have a curiosity to work with them. Then I joined, and then I also found the knowledge that even after working as a constable, so many people have upgraded themselves. They even qualified for PSC or UPSC. So with this hope and having the knowledge of my BEd, I applied it and working constable as a 8 year. I find myself satisfied working as a teacher because so many things from the my journey of constable I can apply to the in the field of education. For example, like discipline. For example, like punctuality. So these values are not only just for the book or for just saying. We applied it, and it become these values become naturally for us. So then they were very satisfied, and one of the members saw my UGC net and set UGC net twice and said, so they asked that you have a UGC net and set, yes, as well. I said yes, sir. So they asked, how did you manage to working as a constable and qualified this thing? So and you are also performing very well in your interview. So then I said yes, sir. Mentoring and hard work, these things helped me. So yes, sir.
Great,
In this
great,
way.
great to hear that, Balram. Wonderful. It was really sensational, creating goosebumps in my body.
Yes, sir.
I request you to share some of the questions from literature that were asked in the real interview.
Yes, sir. So, in my real interview, they asked from literature, they just asked that tell us one name of one playwright, one poet, and playwright, poet, and one novelist from India. And why do you like them? So it was a little bit longer answer and tell. So I
ये तो
I
सब कुछ
answered
आप
it.
तैयार करके गए थे मॉक में पूरा का पूरा.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was prepared. I earlier I said that in my six mock interview, you covered all the possible or prospective areas where the question could be or to be asked in the interview. So this gave me confidence. And sir, I found that although that preparation of mock interview is not for just gaining knowledge, but you yourself realize that we have covered everything. Just let them ask. Whatever they ask, it would be under your arena. You would be able to handle them. You would be able to reply very carefully, very easily. So,
उस
yes,
टाइम
sir.
पे
Next.
जनरली कैंडिडेट्स
Hmm.
का जो इंटरव्यू चल रहा था 5 मिनट 10 मिनट के आसपास चल रहा था. आपका काफी देर तक चला था.
यस सर, यस सर। काफी देर तक चला है। और सर फिर उन्होंने एक क्वेश्चन प्लेजरिज्म के ऊपर पूछा था कि भाई एथिक्स क्या है, रिसर्च में एथिक्स क्या है। तो पहले तो उन्होंने जस्ट एथिक्स पूछा, फिर पूछा नहीं नहीं पर्टिकुलरली रिसर्च में एथिक्स क्या है। तो फिर रिसर्च में एथिक्स आई आई सजेस्टेड आई टोल्ड अबाउट द that giving the value or giving the mention of the name wherever you take the content, and if you do not do it comes under plagiarism. So she was very satisfied. And few question, actually I was at that time in teaching, so they asked 3 to 4 question from grammar. And one question was that how would you handle people, how would you handle children from rural areas, and how would you teach them how would you teach them grammar. And they asked certain method of English language teaching, like and ask the name of language teaching. So questions from all the areas were in my interview, and I would be able to answer most of the question. Yes, sir. I just said one sorry for in one question. Yes.
ग्रेट ग्रेट टू हियर दैट. बहुत ही
Yes.
मतलब मजा आया होगा 20 मिनट.
Yes, sir. Yes.
ग्रेट. जब आपने मॉक इंटरव्यू की प्रिपरेशन शुरू की थी तो क्या क्या आपको लगा कि मेरे अंदर ये वीकनेस है, ये फ्लॉ है? बिकॉज देयर विल बी मेनी पीपल वाचिंग दिस वीडियो एंड दे विल बी एबल टू रिलेट कि अगर बलराम के अंदर था और उन्होंने इम्प्रूव कर लिया तो हमारे अंदर है तो हम भी कर सकते हैं.
यस सर। तो दो कैटेगरी में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं। एक तो हो गया सर कि आपका फिजिकल अपीयरेंस क्या होता है जब आप आंसर बोलते हैं, और दूसरा होता है कि इंटरनली क्या मैकेनिज्म चल रहा होता है। तो सर इन दोनों ही फील्ड में सर वीकनेस थी। पहली थी कि एक बड़ा वीक आई कांटेक्ट था एक्चुअली। व्हेन आई practiced English, so we just have a phone conversation with our friend. So whenever you talk with your friend on phone conversation, so you usually do not consciously watch your eye movement. And it was I was in the bad habit of having a watching the sky whenever I have to talk to somebody. So yes, this was a very visible problem with me. And in beginning, I was completely unaware about the what is the role of hand movement or other facial or other body part movement, how they significantly improve your communication skills, how they are part in terms of expressing yourself. So it was non-verbal part of non-verbal communication skill. So yes, I was also aware. I was also not aware about this thing because in my previously job, they just in police department, you have to use your hand movement in very different way. So you have to hold your stick, you have to hold your cane, and then you have to use in that way. So it was really very different thing or very different non-verbal communication skills in me. But with my first mock interview, I find that no, these are things that I have to improve. And then I was in the habit of just first I have to think in Hindi, and then no, first I think in Hindi and then translate and then speak. It takes time. So as you mentioned that you have to practice in front of mirror, and just take a certain example, just take few questions and then practice in front of mirror, and then you would be able to, after certain practice of certain hour, you would be able to eliminate these problems. And then after transcribing my interview, I found that there are so many filler words like and so that, because, like, these kind of thing I also found. So when I became and when you mentioned, so I became consciously about these weakness or these faults, and then I started work upon them, and gradually in the journey of 2.5 months, I completely able to shatter all these weaknesses and become a person who board member thought that yes, he is able to become assistant professor.
Great, great. It's really great to hear that.
Yes, sir.
Now it's the time for acknowledgement क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोगों ने आपकी लाइफ में कंट्रीब्यूट किया है
Yes, sir.
and wherever this video reaches and it touches their heart, they must feel proud on you. So what are the names that you would like to take?
Yes, sir. So acknowledgement में yes, sir. First first of all, I would like to say my parent, my mother and father. They really sacrificed so many things for me, and but the very thing they were very confident that yes, my son definitely would glaze their name, and on the 30th of May, it became possible. And yes, sir. After it, one of my friend, Mr. Subham Singh, we both were companion to each other, and we shared so many time that if we both couldn't meet, we couldn't be able to qualify this exam, because sir, two-person without any guidance cannot cover the whole syllabus of UGC NET. Sir, it was really, it create a kind of panic whenever we used to see the syllabus, our heartbeat increased. But sir, your strategy of teaching. But in the journey, I found the PDF of your book, and I was completely unaware that it is our Prem sir's book. I thought maybe he would be some writer, but that book was very helpful in my journey of UGC NET. So yes, sir. To you, you are also a very prominent person in my life for reaching me, for making me able, for polishing me, for furnishing me, for granting me the size and the shape to be fit for this post. And sir, my family member, my wife, my son, and some of my friend who were always motivating me, and even some officials in police department, I thought they were very encouraging. They were always motivating me that no, in the police department they taught me that we tired not mentally, but we tired mentally. We do not tired physically. And this thing you also repeat so many times that we just tired mentally, not physically. So if we have a strong thought, if we have determination to do things, then we would be able to achieve anything uh, in this time. Yes, sir. So
इन वेरी शॉर्ट स्पैन ऑफ टाइम आपने कांस्टेबल से लेक्चरर का ज्वाइन किया और फिर
यस
मुझे लग
सर।
रहा है अभी 1 साल भी पूरा नहीं हुआ है।
अभी नहीं सर, पिछले 26 ऑफ अक्टूबर को ज्वाइन किया था। और
और शायद अक्टूबर आने के पहले आप उसे छोड़ भी देंगे।
यस सर, यस सर। ये सर,
तो
प्रिंसिपल सर वाज सेइंग दैट आप तो आंधी की तरह आए और तूफान की तरह चले गए, पर अपने पद चिन्ह छोड़ गए। अ,
क्या बात। अच्छा, एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है जो
यस
कि
सर।
जो कि बहुत सारे लोगों को बहुत सारी लर्निंग देके जाएगा। अगर
यस
आपको
सर।
जब से आपने होश संभाला है, वापस अगर जाना हो, तो वो कौन कौन से डिसीजन होंगे जो आप बदलना चाहेंगे, या वो कौन कौन सी चीजें जो गलती हुई उसको सुधारना चाहेंगे, और वो कौन कौन से मोमेंट थे जहाँ पे आपको बहुत प्राउड होता है कि मैंने ये काम बहुत बढ़िया किया।
यस सर, मोमेंट तो प्राउड वाले भी काफी हैं, पर सर ब्लंडर बहुत सारे रहे हैं लाइफ में, बहुत सारे ब्लंडर रहे हैं। मतलब वो जो लाइन है कि आत्म दीपो भव, मतलब खुद करो, एरर करो, देखो, सीखो, फिर उसका एक्सपीरियंस लो, फिर आगे बढ़ो। कुछ इस प्रकार की जर्नी रही सर। ग्रेड 12th किया पीएससी पीसीएम के साथ में, गाइडेंस के अभाव में कहा कि कंप्यूटर का ये एज आ रहा है और हमें कंप्यूटर की जानकारी होनी चाहिए, बीएससी आईटी में एनरोलमेंट ले लिया। अब बीएससी आईटी में आईटी 3 साल की, और पर वहां पर उस प्रकार का नॉलेज नहीं मिल पाया। मेहनत तो की, पर उस प्रकार का रिसोर्सेज के अभाव में वो उतना नॉलेज डेवलप नहीं हो पाया। तो अब फिर कहा कि अब चलिए, अब टीचिंग के फील्ड में आगे बढ़ते हैं, तो बीएड कर लिया। अब बीएड करने के बाद में पैशन है सारी चीजें, पर वो एक मिस कॉम्बिनेशन हो गया। फिर वहां से जाने के बाद में कुछ आई डू, यस सर, आई वांट टू से दैट इन माय जर्नी I worked on a mall for as a mobile seller, where I have to work 8-10 hours standing on a counter of mobile phone. In the 2015, when I was in the search of job, so in the Indore, I just have to stand around 12 at noon, and then till 10 p.m. So just standing at there, just have to sell for mobile phone. So before getting success, this kind of thing were in my life. And yes, there were some problems or some shortcomings or some financial constraints due to I have to go these things. But yes, I learned so many things. And I think we see, or everybody say that as our honorable prime minister say that आपदा में अवसर देखिए। तो यस, सम डिसी कुछ निर्णय गलत हो जाते हैं, हम पीछे रह जाते हैं, पर उसमें भी कोई ना कोई समथिंग सिल्वर सिल्वर लाइनिंग इन द डार्क क्लाउड, वी हैव टू जस्ट फाइंड देम। सो यस सर, मैनी देयर आर 3 to 4 मोमेंट इन माय लाइफ जहां लगा कि इनको ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए था, इनको ऐसा बदलना चाहिए था। पर इस सक्सेस ने सर सारे रिपेंट, सारे गिल्ट, सारे वो चीजें सब धुल दिए सर, सब बिल्कुल मतलब बराबर कर दिया कि नहीं। अब बदलने की कोई दिक्कत नहीं, शायद डेस्टिनी यही लेके आना चाह रही थी इन्हीं ठोकरों से, रुकावटों के साथ में।
तो
तो
अभी आपको लगता है कि जितने रुकावटें आई, जितने स्पीड ब्रेकर आए, ठोकरें लगी, वो इसीलिए थी कि हम यहाँ पे पहुंचे।
हाँ सर, अगर इतनी ठोकरें ना लगती, इतनी रुकावटें ना आती, तो शायद इस मेहनत के साथ, इस जुनून के साथ में इस जर्नी को नहीं कर पाते पूरा। क्योंकि सर अपने आप में लिटरेचर सर इंटरेस्टिंग है, पर पहले तो मेहनत करना पड़ेगी। एक बार तो बेसिक और कोर उसको समझना पड़ेगा। एक बार तो आपको एक माइंड मैप, यू मस्ट हैव अ माइंड मैप दैट what post colonial literature says, what Russian literature says, what African literature says, what Indian literature says, what are poetry, what are prose, what M.H. Abrams literary term says, what literature in your fist says. So at least you have to put 6 to 8 months, and then you see that literature would call you. You would not have to read the book, but the literature itself would call you. And then after having just an overview, you just then try to go deeper. You just understand the character, you just understand the theme, and then you start understanding the criticism and theory, and then apply it. So yes, sir. In this way, it is not the it. I think other sub we find the different culture. We find the whole history. How history. How what was the situations in the old English literature? How in the Middle times? What was the period of Renaissance? So literature is a kind of history as well. And when we study it, we have the glimpse of our or not forefathers, but we have the glimpse of the history, and not in of the India, but across the world. So yes, sir. In this way,
ट्रू,
literature
वेरी
helps.
वेरी ट्रू।
Yes, sir.
जनरली आपके हिसाब से इंटरव्यू प्रिपरेशन की शुरुआत कब करनी चाहिए कैंडिडेट को?
Yes, sir. I think along with the preparation of written exams, I think one must think about the one must think about preparing for interview.
ओके, यू मीन टू से कि इससे पहले कि रिजल्ट आ जाए आप इंटरव्यू की तैयारी शुरू कर दो?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Or after immediately after completing your after immediately after appearing in your written exam, you must, without wasting a single day, because you are unaware that what kind of people are going to be appear in the interview. There would be some person who is a scholar of JNU, who would be scholar of who would have a experience of teaching for 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, who have polished all the skills. So we have to fight with them, because there in the interview they would award the marks in terms of relevant. For example, the candidate who just went before you, what is that person, how was the performance of that one, and the candidate who is going to appear after you. So these all things matter. So it is your performance is evaluated in terms of relevance. So yes, sir. Immediately after the exam, a serious candidate must, and then, sir, in MPPSC interview play a very crucial role, because 100 marks, it is in itself a written exam as well as an interview exam. Because if it is a mark in if only 20 marks or 10 marks are there, then it wouldn't be a magnificent part of this journey. But having a marks of having 100 marks in the interview, it is really very crucial for the candidate.
कुछ कैंडिडेट्स को ऐसा लगता है कि इंटरव्यू की तैयारी करने के लिए 30 दिन 40 दिन का समय ज्यादा होता है, एक दो मॉक इंटरव्यू कर लो बहुत होता है। आपको क्या लगता है?
Yes, it is a myth. It is. I think very they are under false impression. You can't change your 25 or 30 years unconscious way of thinking. You can't change your personality in you 30 year of personality can't be changed in 30 days. So it is a myth that must be broken. Sir, yeah, immediately after the exam, if they have 3 month or 2 month, I think minimum 3 month is good for interview. 3 month or at least a five mock interview. Or so, sir, your plan for that five mock interview, it is sir very suitable. I think, and it is bare minimum. One person can go 4, 6, 7, 8, or 9 according to their need and according to the requirement of upgradation. They can they can follow, sir.
ग्रेट। तो अगर कोई इंटरव्यू की तैयारी करना चाहता है तो उसके लिए आपको आपका क्या सजेशन रहेगा?
यस सर, उसके लिए सजेशन तो यही है सर कि फर्स्ट, विदाउट नोइंग योर वीकनेस, विदाउट नोइंग योर फॉल्ट, विदाउट नोइंग दैट आप कितने पानी में हैं, आप सुधार कर ही नहीं सकते हैं। तो फर्स्ट फाइंड अ मेंटर, फाइंड अ प्लेस वेयर यू वुड बी genuinely evaluated. After that evaluation, that first evaluation, and this first evaluation require courage, sir, because for my I can remember my first mock. I was I was just start singing before the interview because it was for me more, it was creating pressure more than real interview, because I wasn't appear in that setup, that tie, the whole suit, boot, and the tie, and just and your question, that is really like a fire. So you couldn't have time to think. So that was one should go for first mock interview as soon as possible, because this is the path breaking point. Here you tell them that what would be your path of upcoming 3 to 4 months or for the interview.
What are
तो
the study materials that you used for interview?
पार्डन सर।
इंटरव्यू के लिए कौन कौन सा स्टडी मटेरियल यूज किया आपने?
यस सर। इंटरव्यू के लिए सर स्टडी मटेरियल जैसा कि सर बताया है कि पहले सर ऑब्जेक्टिव अप्रोच था, तो वही नोट्स थे जो कि डिस्क्रिप्टिव नहीं थे, ऑब्जेक्टिव थे। तो सर इमीडिएटली आफ्टर सर केवल आपने कुछ सजेस्टिव मटेरियल प्रोवाइड किया था उसको देखा, और आपकी वर्ल्ड लिटरेचर इन योर फेस्ट उस बुक को भी कंप्लीट किया। और फिर आपकी एक जो आई कैन से द बाइबल ऑफ योर बुक दैट इज
प्रिपेयर लाइक अ शूटर.
yes, sir. Prepare like shooter, reply like hooter. Sir, it book it. I think, sir, nothing is outside of the book. In the interview would be asked. I think 70 to 80% question of literature would be from that book. And even if somebody just prepare in the same manner or just able to give or present 50% answers of the question that are in the book, it would be sufficient, sir. And
आपने कितनी बार पढ़ी थी ये बुक,
sir,
प्रिपेयर
three
लाइक अ
three
शूटर?
to four times, sir. 3 to 4 times I studied that book. और काफी बहुत हेल्पफुल रही सर। उसके अलावा और कुछ केवल ग्रामर के पार्ट के लिए भी उसमें डायरेक्शन है। मतलब उसको हम सप्लीमेंट्री, मतलब एक वैल्यू एडिशन के तौर पर रख सकते हैं। कुछ बेसिक सोर्स रख ले, बेसिक सोर्स के साथ में उसको अगर रख के चलते हैं तो बहुत अच्छी प्रिपरेशन सर हो जाएगी।
ग्रेट, ग्रेट टू हियर दैट. यहाँ पे
ये
कुछ
सर।
कैंडिडेट्स हैं जो कि नेट की तैयारी कर रहे हैं, कुछ प्रोफेसर की तैयारी कर रहे हैं, उनके लिए क्या सजेशन रहेगा आपको?
सर उनके लिए सजेशन यही है कि सर इंग्लिश है शुरुआत में डराती है सर। डराता है, लिटरेचर सब डराती है, और हमें डरना नहीं है। हमें मतलब थोड़ा सा करेज करना है और कुछ समय तक इसमें जी लगाना है। और सर अगर आपके माध्यम से हैं, आपके साथ में है, तो आपका शेड्यूल तो वाकई में हम लोग सर उतने लकी नहीं है कि आपको शुरू में मिल पाए कि गाइडेंस के साथ में। तो इतना भटकना नहीं पड़ता इतना लंबा समय, क्योंकि 2021 से 25 तक 4 साल लग गए इस जर्नी में। तो अगर पहले से आपके साथ मुलाकात होती तो नेट भी समय से हो जाता, ये गाइडेंस मिल जाता, इसके लिए भी इधर उधर काफी चीजें नहीं एक्सप्लोर करना पड़ती। तो यही है सर कि बस धीरे धीरे और एक ओवरव्यू, एक लिटरेचर को, हाँ कुछ चीजें हैं जिनको हमें फैक्ट को है उनको पढ़ना ही पड़ेगा, मतलब याद करना ही पड़ेगा। सो देयर आर सो मेनी बुक्स हाउ टू मेमोराइज एनीथिंग। देयर इज अ गुड बुक हाउ टू मेमोराइज एनीथिंग बाय अदिति करके हैं। तो उसमें देयर आर सो मेनी मेमोरी टेक्निक्स, एंड दैट मेमोरी टेक्निक्स विल हेल्प यू टू arrange the work in chronological order, remember the date of birth, remember the publication date of year, remember the name of the character. So if one person find, or there are so many method on internet that helps you to keep in the mind the mind map, the name of character, and the chronological things of publication date or the date of birth or death of the author. So if these things one person follow, then definitely. And in the beginning, just you have to put 6 to 8 hour of study for just 6 to 8 months. So 6 to 8, this is I we made one rule: 6 to 8, 6 to 8 hour of study, 6 to 8 months. That is, I think, with the guidance of you, sir, would be sufficient. And for having such a wonderful career, such a respectable job, if you achieve, and after achieving this job, सर ये मेहनत लगती कुछ भी नहीं है। इसके लिए तो सर और भी कुछ किया जा सकता था, और भी रातों की नींद उड़ाई जा सकती थी, और भी मेहनत की जा सकती थी, और भी दो दो तीन तीन काम एक्स्ट्रा करके किया जा सकता है। क्योंकि सर रिवॉर्ड जो है वो सर वाकई में सर अनइमेजिनेबल है। और yes, when PSC was not declaring result, it was taking a little bit longer. So, sir, people, or there were rumor that maybe there are some kind of political interference or some kind of money mind people were or blaming that maybe there is no transparency in the board. But sir, after having result, or so many people, sir, most of the state PSC board, they are just fair. 1% or 2%, we can't say that, but most of the things are being very fairly done at this time. So we are really in the golden era, that if you really work hard, because in the list there are so many people who are from a different category, but they are taking the seat of unreserved candidate. So it is their hard work that is paying off. And in Madhya Pradesh, we can say, sir, or not in Madhya Pradesh, in every state, we can say, sir, yes, in literature there is a lot of scope, and if you put just a few years hard work, your remaining life would become, sir, an example for upcoming generation.
ग्रेट टू हियर दैट बलराम। और कुछ लोगों का ये भी कहना होता है कि सर जब तक पैसा नहीं दोगे ना, नौकरी नहीं लगेगी। क्या कहना है इसके बारे में?
सर, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है सर। लोग यहाँ सर, मध्य प्रदेश में भी पीएससी में हम देख रहे थे, कुछ विषय हैं ऐसे संस्कृत के जिसमें कोई कैंडिडेट ही नहीं मिले तो उनका नोटिफिकेशन निरस्त करना पड़ा। अगर ऐसा कुछ होता तो किसी को भी और वो ला करके कर देते। और सर हमारे इसमें ही है, बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो कि अपनी मेहनत के दम पे गाँव से, और सर हम और शुभम सर दोनों लोग हैं, और भी हमारे बैच के जितने भी लोग हैं, हम 7 लोग ही हैं सर। कहीं किसी भी प्रकार का कोई अल्योरमेंट नहीं है, कोई
बिल्कुल,
पॉलिटिकल इंटरफियरेंस नहीं है, ना ही कोई एफर्ट
बिल्कुल।
किया है। तो ये सर सिर्फ एक
मैं भी
मेकिंग अ
ये
काइंड ऑफ
मानता हूँ
फॉल्स
कि
एक्सक्यूज।
जब लोग कहते हैं ना कि जॉब की कमी है, प्रोफेसर बनने में जॉब की कमी है, वैकेंसी की कमी है, मैं कहता हूँ ड्रीम की कमी है।
ड्रीम की कमी है, यस सर।
द ड्रीमर्स आर लेस,
यस सर।
जॉब इज मोर।
Dreamers are less, and the hunger to chase that dream,
यस,
to the passion to reach that destination, the determination to achieve the dream. These are things
बिल्कुल,
that
बिल्कुल।
is
बिल्कुल सही कहा
not.
आपने, एक्शन टेकर के लिए कोई कॉम्पिटिटर ही नहीं है।
Yes sir, no, nobody sir. How, मतलब आप अपने लक्ष्य के लिए कितने भूखे हैं, कितने बेचैन हैं, सबसे मुख्य तो यही चीज हो जाती है कि आप हाउ बैडली यू वांट टू अचीव थिंग्स इन योर लाइफ। तो एक तो यही चीज हो गई, फिर दूसरा सर का मोटिवेशन, सर का मार्गदर्शन, और तीसरी चीज ये है कि ये गोल्डन टाइम है, फिर ऐसा समय दोबारा मौका ऐसा मिलना नहीं है। इस बार ही है, अभी ही है, जो कुछ है कर डालो, जूझ लो। तो यही थे, फिर पिछले जीवन के पिछले थपेड़े याद आ जाते थे कि अभी तक की क्या लाइफ रही है, कुछ करना है, नाम बनाना है, रोशन करना है। तो वही सब चीजें, जब जब मन टूटे, जब जब मन ढीला पड़े, तो बस एक बार इन सब चीजों को ध्यान दे लो, तो अपने आप मन लग जाता है मैम, अपने आप लगने लगता है कि नहीं 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 नहीं, करना है। पढ़ते पढ़ते लगेगा इतना बड़ा राइटर, इतने सारे नेम, इतने सारे वर्क, इतने सारे कैरेक्टर नहीं याद हो रहे हैं, उठा के पेन, कुछ नहीं, रफ रजिस्टर में लिए, लिख लिए, फाड़ के फेंक दीजिए। कम से कम एक बार लिख गए। नहीं, नोट्स बनाने का मन हो रहा है, 5 मिनट के लिए बैठ जाइए, लग जाइए, थोड़ा सा 2 मिनट के लिए बैठ जाइए, फिर अपने आप मन लग जाता है। तो कुछ थोड़ा जिद सी, थोड़ा जुनून सा, ये सारी चीजें हैं, थोड़ा मोटिवेशन, तो इन सब का मिक्सचर जब बना रहता है तो फिर अपने आप चीजें होती रहती हैं। और सबसे बड़ी चीज मैम, करना को देखिए, एक्शन हमें खुद ही लेना पड़ेगी, करना हमें खुद ही पड़ेगा। जितनी जल्दी हम कर लेंगे, जितनी जल्दी खुद को पॉलिश कर लेंगे, उतनी जल्दी सक्सेस मिल जाएगी। अब अगर हमारे लिए कहें तो 8 साल की वो नौकरी, उसके पहले का संघर्ष, फिर लिटरेचर में भी कुछ नहीं, मतलब एमए भी हो गया तो वो भी डिस्टेंस लर्निंग मोड के साथ में हुआ। तो सब कुछ करते रहे, भटकते रहे, करते रहे, पर ये था कि लगे रहो, मेहनत करो। एक बार नहीं हुआ, एक बार भूल गए। अब मैम ये है कि जब शुरुआत में जब नेट की प्रिपरेशन करते थे तो लिख लेते थे, नोट्स बन जाते थे। अब वो इतने ज्यादा हो जाते थे कि रिवाइज करने में डर सा लगा करता था, कैसे करे कैसे करे, पर फिर हिम्मत जुटाई थोड़ा सा, नहीं।
ये चीज बहुत सही कहा बलराम जी ने, और मैं भी इसे काफी एग्री करता हूँ कि प्रॉब्लम ही होती है माचिस को उठा करके तीली जलाने भर की। एक
बस
बार
बस।
तीली जल गई तो फिर तो जंगल पूरा जल जाएगा।
कि जब सब सारी चीजें होती हैं तो फिर थोड़ा सा हमें सेक्रीफाइस करना होता है, और वो सेक्रीफाइस के लिए फिर हमारे पास समय बचता था कि नींद का, और जो खाली टाइम हो गया, फन टाइम हो गया, और जो इधर घूमने फिरने का टाइम हो गया, उस टाइम का। तो फिर जब ये सब चीजें हो, सारे चैलेंज हो, तो उन सब का एक ही तोड़ है, वो है सेक्रीफाइस। अगर हम अपने पर्सनल टाइम को थोड़ा सा सेक्रीफाइस कर लें और कंसिस्टेंसी बना लें, तो मैम ये चीजें टाइम लेती हैं, लगा है टाइम, 4-5 साल टाइम लगा है। लेकिन 4-5 साल टाइम, वो 4 बजे सुबह का जगना, 4 से 8 बजे तक, 4 घंटे में आप 4 घंटे अगर आप कंटिन्यूअसली 4 घंटे इधर पढ़ लिए और 2 घंटे शाम को समय मिल गया, 6 घंटे अगर आप महीने में 6 घंटे 30 दिन पढ़ते हैं, तो आप उसको टक्कर दे रहे हैं जो फुल टाइम पढ़ाई कर रहा है। तो एक तो ये हो गया सेक्रीफाइस का। अगर सेक्रीफाइस करने के लिए रेडी हैं, मान लीजिए मैरिज है, फ्रेंड की मैरिज है, 3 घंटे जाएंगे उसमें, 4 घंटे चले जाएंगे, अभी स्किप कर देते हैं उस मैरिज को, 3 घंटे बचा करके उसको वो कर लेते हैं, क्योंकि माइंड और टाइम दोनों एक ही है। माइंड और टाइम दोनों एक ही है। अगर mind एक ही है, उसमें एक ही चीज जा सकती है, या तो अपना लिटरेचर का और ये चीजें चली जाए, या फिर इधर उधर की चीजें चली जाए। समय भी एक ही है, या तो हम उस समय को इधर उधर लगा दें, या फिर अपने इसको लगा दें। और हमारा सर ये मानना है कि जो व्यक्ति कुछ जॉब कर रहा है या कुछ फिक्स है वो करना ही करना है, वो ज्यादा डिसिप्लिन्ड हो जाता है उनकी अपेक्षा जो कुछ नहीं कर रहे होते हैं, क्योंकि उसकी लाइफ में पता है फिक्स है कि हमें ये 6 आवर 8 आवर 10 आवर तो देने ही देने हैं। तो फिर वो टाइम को बड़ा मतलब पैसों की तरह जोड़ जोड़ करके पैसों की तरह खर्च करता है। तो समय भी एक प्रकार का धन ही है, एक प्रकार की मनी ही है। तो अगर इस तरीके से चीजें करें, और मैम पेशेंस की अगर बात करें तो वही थिंग है, एक मंत्र है, हाउ बैडली यू वांट टू अचीव थिंग इन योर लाइफ। कितनी बुरी तरीके से, वो अरिस्तु वाली कहानी सबने पढ़ी होगी कि वो पानी में डुबो देते हैं अपने शिष्य को, बोलते हैं बेटा वो जब तक बहुत देर तक डुबोए रखते हैं, और फिर जब वो बिल्कुल तड़पने लगता है तो फिर उसको बाहर निकालते हैं। फिर वो शिष्य बताता है कि वो गुरु जी बताते हैं कि बोले जब तक इतनी तड़प आपके अंदर चीजों को पाने के लिए नहीं होगी जितनी कि अभी तुम्हारे अंदर ऑक्सीजन के लिए थी, तब तक चीजें मिलना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएंगी। तो जब ये हो जाता है तो फिर आदमी पेशेंस डिटर्मिनेशन के साथ आने लगता है। हमारे लिए ये रोज होता था, मतलब रोज। अब पता चला कि आज 6 घंटे के बाद में घर पहुंच जाना है, तो 6 घंटे के बाद से हिसाब से पता चला 2-3 घंटे का एक्स्ट्रा काम आ गया, पता चला 4 घंटे का और एक्स्ट्रा काम आ गया। सारी प्लानिंग धरी, बिल्कुल मूड खराब, फ्रस्ट्रेशन, मोरल डाउन, सब कुछ सारी चीजें वो हो गई। पर अब दो तरीके हैं, या तो ये है कि फ्रस्ट्रेशन में वो 4 घंटे आप निकालिए, वहां भनभनाते रहिए, फिर घर आइए, घर भनभनाइए, फिर इसके बाद में पूरा वो शेड्यूल खराब हो जाएगा। या फिर ये एक तरीका ये है कि आप थोड़ा सा काम डाउन वहां होइए और उस काम को निपटाइए, और क्या बोलते हैं, आकर के अपना वो करिए। और एक मैम एक मंत्र हम आपको बताते हैं कि आपने अपना टाइम टेबल डेली बनाती हैं, उस टाइम टेबल में आप एक टास्क ऐसा रखिए, आधे घंटे का, 30 मिनट का, 35 मिनट का, कि चाहे जो भी हो जाए, वो 30 मिनट का, वो 35 मिनट का, वो 40 मिनट का, वो पढ़ाई, वो पेजेस, वो नोट्स, वो उतना करना ही करना है। अगर ये नियम आपने एक हफ्ते फॉलो कर लिया, चाहे जितना मूड खराब होगा, जब आप 30 मिनट वो करने बैठेंगी तो अपने आप फिर लगेगा चलो अब 1-1.5 घंटे और कर लेते हैं। और इसमें मैम टेक्निक आएगी, थोड़ा सा आपको मेडिटेशन की हेल्प लेना पड़ेगी, क्योंकि आप जैसे ही आप डीप ब्रीदिंग करेंगी, जैसे ही आप फोकस करेंगी अपने आप पे, जैसे ही आप प्राणायाम करेंगी, तो वहां पर आपकी ना केवल एकाग्रता बढ़ेगी, बल्कि आप ज्यादा काम होंगे, चीजें चीजें बहुत तरीके से याद होंगी। और फिर दूसरी चीज ये है कि मैम ठीक है, मान लीजिए नहीं आप फिजिकली किताब लेकर के नहीं बैठ पा रहे हैं, उस समय टेक्निक आती है कि रिकॉलिंग की। आप बैठिए और रिकॉल करना स्टार्ट करिए वहीं। और हमारा माइंड शरीर बहुत फ्लेक्सिबल है मैम, इसकी पोटेंशियल इमेंसली अनमेजरेबल है। आपको बस थोड़ा सा डेडिकेशन बनाना है कि नहीं मुझे ये करना ही करना है, और कुछ दिन के लिए करना है, 1-1.5 साल के लिए करना है, उतने में मैम सक्सेस आपकी होगी।
लेकिन आप सर इतने पोलाइट कैसे हैं?
यस मैम, पहले ये हो गया था नेचर पर, फिर सर के गाइडेंस से, सर के योगा प्राणायाम सेशन से, और सर के उससे बदला चीजों को। वो होते ना स्कल्पचरिंग होती है, वो आपने कोई इमेज देखी होगी इंटरनेट पे कि वो अपने छेनी हथौड़ा लिए अपने आप को वो कर रहा, तराश रहा है। तो एक एक चीजें हैं। और मेडिटेशन अगर आप करती हैं और सर के माध्यम से गाइडेंस में योगा सेशन वगैरह ज्वाइन करती हैं, तो डेफिनेटली चीजें हो जाती हैं। वो पेशेंस में बनाने वाली चीज होती है, हमारे कंट्रोल में, हमारे हाथ में। हम चाहें तो उखड़ जाएं, बिफर जाएं, गुस्सा कर लें, हम चाहें तो अपने आप को काम डाउन कर लें, उसी समय कुछ रिकॉल कर लें, रिवाइज कर लें। तो जितना टफ चैलेंज होगा आपको उतना ही थोड़ा स्मार्ट वर्क करना पड़ेगा, चीजों को मतलब दिमाग में ही रखना पड़ेगा, रिकॉल करते रहना पड़ेगा, रिवाइज करते रहना पड़ेगा। यही तरीका है बिल्कुल।
थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन फॉर द पार्ट ऑफ दिस वंडरफुल इंटरेक्शन, और बलराम जी को स्पेशल थैंक कि आपने
यस,
इतना
थैंक यू
प्रीशियस टाइम
सर, थैंक
निकाला।
यू।
और बस
थैंक यू
मेरा
सर।
एक ही रिक्वेस्ट है कि जहां भी जिस कॉलेज में भी जाएंगे परचम लहरा के रखना है, डंके की
यस
चोट पर
सर,
पढ़ाना है।
यस सर, यस बिल्कुल सर।
और जो पर्सनालिटी आपने इंटीग्रेट किया है वैसा ही बनाना है सबको, उससे भी बेहतर बनाना है।
यस, यस सर, यस सर, डेफिनेटली सर।
Thank you so much, and thank you so much,
Yes, sir.
everyone, all the participants.